Hey guys, happy Thursday. Yeah, as you can tell, my voice, that's what happens when the weather drops like 40 degrees. Yeah, fidget toy is a hair clip. It's kind of annoying. It got really cold here really fast. We didn't gradually climb into it. And it's supposed to be back in the 80s like next week. I don't understand how weather, or sorry, I thought I had something there, but that's just the sun. So yeah, I'm doing a reading update. I'm holding the camera because my battery is extremely low and I just want it close if I have to press something, whatever. So I've read over like 140 pages today. I started the day and Nobody Gets Out Alive, finishing the story that I started yesterday. I am enjoying this. I don't think it's one that I would reread like I think I would unhaul this, but I would still recommend it. It'd be one that get the ebook, get the audiobook if they have those. Check it out from the library because I think it'll be good for one time around. It's like a 3-star. I have loved some of the stories, and others have been good. None of it's been bad. But the story that I did really like, I do think it went on a tad too long in parts. I don't remember the exact page number of it. But I love interconnected short stories, to seeing how all these people's lives are connected, because I mean that's how the real world works. We are all connected to one another. It can be a million degrees of separation, but we're all connected. And I think that's extremely fascinating. So then here I have hit the 500 page mark. I'm talking about House of Leaves. And we're now like, there is again, I don't want to say ancient, but like going back to like colonial time America, possibly before that, of what the issue is with this house. But the fact with the house being fictional is why I don't think it's as scary as it could be, but at the same time it feels so real. So I'm like, is it really fictional? But when I first started this book, if y'all remember, I was struggling. I was like, this is so dense. I have no idea how I'm going to get through this tome. It's over 700 pages, but definitely once you get over the first 100 pages, the pace does change tremendously and it becomes really, I don't want to say easy to read, because still I'm like, am I reading this right? Because sometimes the sentences will even be backwards, and that was, my mind was like, okay, it's like connection, human, and hope. Like, no, like the words were backwards, but it read normal. I don't know. It's really hard to describe. So I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not dense. You really have to have a lot of brain power while reading this. So definitely be in a good headspace while you're reading this. That's what I would recommend, because it takes a lot out of you, and there's a lot of pieces being put together, and I'm like, am I thinking too hard about this? Am I supposed to be thinking this much over this book? Am I overthinking it? I don't know, because I don't, for the books that are my TBR books, I don't look at reviews, I don't look at Reddit posts until I finish the book, because I don't want to somebody else's review to influence what I write in mine. You know, don't want to accidentally plagiarize. No, I don't want my ideas to be influenced. I like to go in pretty open-minded and just see what my thoughts come out as. So that's why I don't read reviews of books I'm currently reading. I might have in the past before I started, like before I bought the book, but now when I'm in the throes of reading it, I'm not going to look at reviews. So we will get into Witches Run Amok later, and then Founding Mothers. I did finish the movie Hocus Pocus today. I had like 30 minutes left and then just been putting it off, and yeah, I love that movie. It's a great movie. I've only seen it twice, but I love it, love it, love it, and totally recommend it. Okay, I pressed the button and then didn't record, but now it is. So I just had my dinner. I had some chicken noodle soup because, as I was telling you, it's cold and I wanted something nice and warm, and I don't have a lot of options. We talked about it yesterday that all this meat's been recalled. Like, I want red meat, but I do have a plan for what I'm going to do for lunch tomorrow, because as y'all know, my stomach was having issues, and baked potatoes always like fix it. Like a Wendy's baked potato with bacon and cheese. That might not be great for you, I don't know, but it tastes really good. And this time of year, it's perfect when it's cold out. Yeah, let's actually do a weather report here. And it, okay, it's not wanting to do the Face ID, annoying. So the weather, it is currently 53 with a feels like a 50. 4-mile-per-hour wind. So tomorrow will be a little warmer with a high of 70 and a low of 40. So I told y'all the 80s earlier, but it looks like it's going to be the high 70s in the next week, which is amazing, perfect weather, and we will definitely be reading outside because, as you can see, it's going to be sunny every single day. Yeah, since Milton, these skies have been so blue. There's been some clouds, but not like a lot of smog, like that kind of stuff. The skies have just been so clear and such a pretty blue. I'm sure that I've showed it in some videos, but whenever I read outside again, I will be sure to get that on video for y'all. I do that at the start of every week for when we read outside. Oh my gosh, my feet are so cold. I did not have my slippers on. I was in the living room watching the Yankee game with my dad. I've said before, he's a Yankees fan. So I did read a chapter. I got interrupted, but here's my update on Witches Run Amok. So I read some like 2 days ago on Tuesday, and I don't vlog on Tuesday. That's just sit down video day. So I do want to talk about what that chapter was about, and then what the chapter I read today was about. So let me get to the names of the chapters. So the first one was, or chapter 7, Running Amok, Amok, Amok in Salem. And that chapter is basically, I want to hold the book up so y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm actually just going to hold the dust jacket up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So y'all know what book I'm talking about. But so chapter 7 was talking about the impact and the effect that the movie Hocus Pocus had on the city of Salem, Massachusetts. That's where the movie takes place, and a lot of the behind the scenes people with the movie, like producers, the set builders and all, basically went on field trips to Salem and just around the Northeast to get a feel for the town, to see what kind of set they would be building, to do research on the history of the Halloween culture and witch culture in Salem. So they would, have research for their movies so they could make the sets in Hollywood look like what Massachusetts looks like, and then just have that research and background knowledge for what it would be like for these characters in that town in 1993 or in 1663. And then a lot of people today travel to Salem because of the movie Hocus Pocus. They have full-on Hocus Pocus tours, and people stop by the houses that were featured in the movie, even if they are private residences. But the lady who owns the Dennison house was like, nobody's ever been bad or anything. They've always just been so sweet to her. And then she says they just stop and take pictures and get back in the car. So like, that's awesome to see that people are respecting the people of Salem when they travel there. So if you go there, obviously be respectful, because I mean, that's how you should be as a human. So then the chapter 8 today, the playground for all of us to play in. This was about how, yes, some shots were done in Salem, but the majority of the movie was filmed on Hollywood sets at Warner Brothers or at Disney. So in the San Fernando Valley in California. And yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, because Friends was filmed on the Warner Brothers lot as well. I have been to that set. That I've only seen a few episodes of Friends. It wasn't really for me, but there's apparently a fountain on that show, and that same fountain is in Hocus Pocus. So people are like, wait, Friends, we thought Friends was from New York. Why is Hocus Pocus? No, they are all filmed on a Hollywood set. And so it just goes into making that set feel like a real place. Like, they brought in trees, leaves, dirt from the East Coast to make it feel like Massachusetts, and they used real pumpkins. And another funny thing is, so for some of those outside shots, they went to Whittier, California, Whittier. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but this was after they did the shots in Salem, so it was already late November, and so people had their Christmas decorations up, and they were like, can we pay y'all to put your Halloween decorations back up? So they did, and a lot of those people's like neighborhood kids just got to be extras in the movie. So I mean, that's awesome, because they're like, these aren't Hollywood kids, these are just the normal neighborhood kids getting to be in the movie. And yeah, they were getting all these calls that are like the City of Commerce or whatever, Chamber of Commerce. We're getting calls that are like, what's going on over there? Why does everybody have their Halloween decorations up at Christmas time? But yeah, it's because they were filming a movie. So it's just really awesome to see all that goes into building these sets. And the house was a big thing. The Sanderson sister house. People were like, okay, we're done filming. What are we gonna do with this house? So there was a lot. I'm gonna leave it to y'all to find out what happened to the house. I mean, Michael Jackson was even involved, Disneyland. There were a lot of possibilities of what happened and what happened to some of the props, of where those props are now. So it was definitely really interesting just to see the behind the scenes, like getting dirt from Massachusetts and bringing it to California to make it smell like Massachusetts. I thought that was pretty cool. So that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way through, leave a Halloween emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!